Let's identify the 3 signs that can help you understand if you have lost yourself. Hi, my name is Brie Wolta. I am a relationship clarity coach. I am EFT and the Clearing Work certified practitioner, and I work with women to help them find freedom from dysfunctional relationship patterns and really come back home to themselves. One of my favorite activities to do with women is to help them identify where they've lost themselves. And women will come to me often with this confusion of just feeling like they aren't aligned in themselves anymore. They don't understand the way they're operating in the world. It doesn't resonate with who they know themselves to be. And they're almost operating as if they were a shell of that woman that they used to know. And together we can really identify where they've lost themselves and what is going on, and how to get yourself back. So let's talk about the 3 signs that you can look for if you're feeling this way. Sign number 1 is feeling like you're physically and mentally drained all of the time. Feeling hyper-focused on other people in your relationship, feeling anxious, feeling on edge. You're just putting everyone else first. You're taking all of your energy and just spewing it everywhere else. Everyone else's cups are full and yours is empty. Yours has holes. Your energy is leaking out of your cup. You don't even have a contained container. And when you are giving away yourself, whether that be literally to care for somebody else, or that be mentally fixating on a fight or a conversation, or trying to understand what you're doing wrong in the relationship and ruminating in that anxiety, it takes so much energy. And if you think of yourself as having a beautiful light, your unique light in the world, when you start to have all of these leaks, that light dims. And I don't know if you've noticed, if you've been in several dysfunctional relationships or unboundaried relationships or unhealthy relationships, whatever term you want to use to classify them, people start to notice that you aren't yourself. You don't look quite like yourself anymore. And if you've had the experience of removing yourself from that relationship, having people be like, wow, you look great. And that's your essence. It's your essence coming back online, your light coming back. So the first sign of you losing yourself is that exhaustion that is just unending. Exhaustion mentally, exhaustion physically. The second sign is that you are starting to rely on other people to tell you what you want or what you like. So this can be as simple as not knowing what to make for dinner. So not knowing what sounds good to you, defaulting to asking your partner what it is. What do you want? What should I want for dinner? And really being out of touch with your desires, with your wants, with your needs. And it's like you're lost inside, so you're just seeking. You're trying to seek the answer from outside of you. And we know that the more that we seek externally, the less that we feel in touch with ourselves, the less confident we feel, the less able we are to set boundaries around what it is that's important to us. And we start to become really malleable. And when you're malleable, again, you start to feel kind of like this blob of yourself that's moving around, kind of just like morphing into people and becoming whatever it is that they want, but less in touch with who you are. You're not standing tall in who you are. You're not boundaried. You're not speaking your truth. The third sign is feeling really uninspired. So when you're living aligned in your authentic self, you are ignited with joy and inspiration because you want to shine your unique radiance. You want to move in the world. You want to bring your gifts into the world. But when you're tapped out, when you're stressed, when you're overwhelmed, there's no room for inspiration. You're feeling anxiety, you're feeling guilt, and all of these heavy emotions that are because of circumstances out of your control, it's smothering your fire. And all of a sudden, all of your energy is going towards managing the fire. How do we not let this fire get bigger and trying to contain something that feels really out of control. Again, with the leaking cup analogy, it's all running out. It's all smothering your fire. Your attention is external, often in safety. So we're running in a mode of feeling really unsafe, and our security system internally in our brain is like on hyperdrive. So there's not room to feel inspired because you're just focused on surviving. So the more you get away from yourself, the more you're going to feel overwhelmed by everything else. It's like you don't have that safe home to come back to sort of recharge, to get re-inspired, to allow your creativity to blossom and emerge, because you're constricted, you're on edge, and you've lost yourself. So as you go through those 3 examples, what's resonating for you? Are you feeling any of these things in your day-to-day life consistently? We all have periods of exhaustion. We all have periods of not knowing what we want for dinner or of feeling uninspired. But is it perpetual? What is your baseline? When you think about your relationship that you're in, or maybe you just exited a relationship that you can identify was really sucking your soul, and you're like, yeah, all of those things were true. What do I do? I have a free self-guided course. It's not free. I have a self-guided course for you to use to help find yourself again. So if you are looking for a structure, an easeful sort of outline of what to do to start to get your baseline sense of self back, it's a series of 3 videos along with 3 meditations, and you get a guidebook that will help guide you through each of the exercises and the homework. It would be my honor to have you use this resource as the beginning of your journey to start to come back into who you are, to move from the burned out, the uninspired, the externally seeking, into the resourced, the boundaried, the confident woman that is underneath. She's in there, and she's waiting to be reawakened. So I'll put the link below for Find Yourself Again self-guided course. You can find it on my website at briewalta.com. And I'd love to know how it lands for you. So comment below. You can send me an email, reach out. I love to know where these resources are resonating and how it's working as you're starting to move through your process.